There was not a single piece of air. Here's another conspiracy. Pooped my pants. You guys, it's exhausting. Aren't you exhausted?
Anyone should go and have like a slew of medical issues. Like
I don't think this type of speculation is healthy. Speculating someone's health, like you guys confused? Imagine how I was feeling.
Anyway,
Anxiety, filling up every space, no
I'm just
privacy.
terribly bored with all the
And silently,
speculation.
it can build and build
And I have
until
to
you
tell
finally
you,
see.
Last week on Aren't You Exhausted? No.
But
This is me just going based off of speculation, what I think could have happened. And I definitely think it's something related to her weight. She didn't declare whether it was health related or not. But I mean, I definitely think it's something related to her weight. And I also think maybe that it was a choking scare because it's what scared her out of eating out multiple times a day versus now eating out twice a month. But I think she had like a choke scare because she said that she was thankful that wifey was there. So a choke scare is what I came up with.
you think she like choked on something?
I think she choked on something, like maybe some Thai noodles or something, because she really. Her and Chantal both are like the chews and swallow crew. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Aren't You Exhausted, the podcast. I am your host, Ashley, and joining me this evening is my lovely co-host, Liam.
Hey everybody, I am back and I'm very excited for tonight's episode.
And if you don't know, we are married. He's actually my life partner, my partner in crime, the person who chose to put up with me for a lifetime. Anyhow, tonight we're going to be going over the newest revelations in gorlworld, dealing with Amberlynn Reid's blockbuster story to date as of 2023, followed by her ex Destiny's tea spill and why it's relevant tea in the Amberverse. And then we are going to dive into a little of Chantal's newest reveal of a 4-pound weight loss and her multi-mukbang meal plan fit for 2 to 4 people and lack of any exercise, and why she may need to be a little bit more worried about the weight loss if that's true. Purely speculation, of course, but anyhow, let's get into the business.
I'm ready. Hit me with it. Hit me, baby.
Okay, firstly, I feel like we should go in order of what happened in Amber's side here. And Destiny, Amber's ex-girlfriend, 2 girlfriends removed. So before Jade, before Becky, there was Destiny. Anyhow,
Right.
Destiny was in the Amber era after Crystal, her first girlfriend that she spoke about and started doing YouTube with. This was the relationship where she had started to find her footing with YouTube in the Destiny era and making it a career move. Destiny gave us some hot sips of tea with her information she laid out in her tell-all series that's still not completed. She's going by year, so it's not completed yet. We were on 2016, the last video I saw, but so far we've gotten what they never really got along at all during the relationship out of what's been said so far. They, I guess, constantly were arguing and fighting about something. Amber was abusive in the sense that she didn't want Destiny spending time away from her, and this would be a constant argument between them. And Amber would try to threaten self-harm, and ultimately that's why she got a job in the same workplace as Destiny, because she didn't want to be away from Destiny. She pretty much smothered her, from the sounds of Destiny's retelling of their relationship. She worked part-time at Destiny's workplace. Destiny originally gotten the job there, so that's why I call it Destiny's workplace. But Amber stated more times than not that she preferred YouTube over a normal job, which, to be fair, she never really worked a full-time job that was on her feet all the time, and if her feet were hurting doing a part-time job, that's kind of on her because the footwear she was choosing to wear were flats, and being on your feet all day in flats is just killer. And this was when she was 100 to 150 pounds smaller, so the foot pain.
It's only going to be magnified now.
Yeah, magnified now. We got to hear about the scooters and how she had Destiny ride in them as well when they'd go to Walmart, so that
that scooter's really doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah. Well, this was when she was 100 to 150 pounds lighter.
Still,
So
she was not, you know.
She was in the high 300s, 400-pound range during this part. And like they'd go to Walmart all the time and they were constantly seen in scooters. Like anytime we saw vlogging done, she was in a scooter, and so was Destiny. Destiny claimed that they went to Walmart entirely too much. And the reason that Amber always showed Destiny in a scooter as well is because Amber was embarrassed of riding them and didn't want to ride them alone. So Destiny tried to be a good girlfriend, I guess, and also rode in the scooters.
Is she riding the same scooter, or they just both rode individual
They both
scooters?
rode individual scooters.
Okay. And that's what I was a little confused with.
No.
I was going to say, that scooter is like,
Yeah.
kill me.
If it was both of them, it would be carrying a heavy load.
I mean, it was carrying a heavy load.
Yeah.
Just like carrying Amber, but yes.
But Destiny also went on to say that they got into many arguments and altercations, and it kind of bled into having the same arguments and altercations with Destiny's mom. They lived with Destiny's mom briefly, but they argued so much to a point where after a discussion on Amber finding a job, or Amber needing to find a job, and Amber stating how she wanted to do full-time YouTube, Destiny's mom ended up throwing a K-cup holder at her. So Destiny also spilled how Amber was constantly recording her in embarrassing moments that she didn't realize until much later that she had actually posted them to YouTube, because she never asked her if it was okay to post Destiny in her underwear and bra, trying to catch her in the shower, making it a point to pick out that her butt crack was hanging out in a video. Like, and then she would lie about her food consumption, and Destiny would like take jabs at telling the truth of what she actually ate at times when she was doing odd diets. Like, she tried to claim that she never ate a 20-piece nug out with Destiny, and Destiny came clean and said she did eat a 20-piece nug, and then later had to go back and retract what she said because Amber threw a big tiff over it.
Yeah.
She also was mentioned to have Amber ruined her own surprise party, saying Destiny was keeping something from her, and so they kept getting into fights, and Destiny finally told her that she was planning her a surprise party. And big surprise, Amber still wanted her to have the party, but said she would act surprised.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like surprises either. I would rather you just tell me what you're getting me, or
Well, you
just
just
tell
have no
me.
patience.
I have no
It's not a-
patience.
Right.
And I would
Like-
like to know that it's something that I'm actually going to use and enjoy, rather than somebody give me something and I don't use it.
Right. You just
So,
don't. Once you find out you're getting a present, you're like, what is it? What does it tell me?
yeah, but I don't throw a fit over you not telling
No,
me.
of course not.
I don't throw a tantrum.
Not yet. But of course, I easily cave, so we really haven't come to the.
There's been things that you haven't told me, but like I get over it. Like,
I mean, things that are usually things that I don't mind to tell you,
yeah.
like my parents get you. Or
Yeah.
whatever, so.
Then we got to the biggest revelation for 2023 so far, and that's the reason Amber has like cut her fast food intake from multiple times a day to twice a month. And big drum reveal. Drum?
Oh.
Drum. It was because, like I foretold in a previous episode, she choked on her takeout. Now, she did some foreshadowing, and because she can't do a short video because, I mean, that doesn't pay as much, doing a shorter video for her.
Of course not.
And she's got to milk this for all it's worth.
Oh yeah.
She let us know that
I'm okay. It was just like one standalone incident that happened that kind of has created a little spot in my mind, in my heart. It has imprinted on me. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay. So Felina and I, we were hanging out with some people. It was in the apartment and I hadn't ate that day. I know when I say, oh, I haven't ate today yet, people like to say that I'm lying. It's not true. I'm actually telling the truth, okay? I'm not lying. So I do that a lot where I won't eat for hours, and that is kind of bad. I need to get better with that, and I am getting better with that because with weight loss surgery, my dietitian wants me to eat 6 times a day, and that means right when I wake up or around that timeline. One of the times it needs to be then, because when you wait a long time to eat, especially hours and hours, when you finally do eat, some people, they either eat too fast, whatever it may be, and you end up eating too much, blah, blah, blah. So I had woken up that day around 10 a.m. and my first meal wasn't until 7 p.m. I never wait that long, ever. And the only reason why it happened is because we had people over and they weren't hungry, we weren't eating. I don't like eating in front of guests. That's just not something I do. So I had waited a long time to eat. Finally, when I did eat, this was actually around the time I was still doing takeout just a few times a week, which was approved by my dietitian. And I was still slowly trying to get into the habit of ordering healthier things when I do get takeout instead of just like fried foods, bad foods, etc., etc. But I still would have a meal here or there that wasn't the greatest for you. And that day I chose seafood boil. And when I get seafood boil, it has some potatoes. It comes with like a normal side of rice. There's some shrimp, crab, sausage. And as I was eating it, I remember I was watching Jersey Shore Family Vacation. That is a show that Feline and I actually watched together. Actually, I'm the one who got her into it. And it was just a really good episode. We were, just enjoying our night, eating in front of the TV. Feline did not get seafood boil. She actually ended up getting pizza. And we were just enjoying our night. And I have a really bad habit of eating really fast. And I don't chew a lot. I need to chew my food more. It's something I have definitely been trying to work on. I take really big bites. Also something else I'm working on. These are things that I am working on. And it's crazy because when my mom came to visit me a couple years ago when I was diagnosed with cancer, I hadn't seen her since I was 18. So there was 12 years where I hadn't seen her. And just like seeing her as like a sober, amazing woman, and then me just being an adult finally, I saw so much of myself in my mom and vice versa. And she's the same way. She takes big bites. She eats super fast. She doesn't chew that much. Like, we're literally the same in that. So we just thought that was funny and humorous. But there comes a time where that like no longer becomes funny. So I was watching the show and all of a sudden it felt like someone literally took my invisible oxygen cord of life and completely cut it off. They just took it, cut it. I couldn't breathe.
Okay. So you get the lead up. I don't know why she brought her mom into it. I think it was trying to make herself feel
Boy.
less embarrassed.
She really cannot get to the point, huh?
No. She has to paint you a picture because it's not because she's fat and is addicted to food. It's because, she waited 10 to 7. What's 10 to 7?
Hours.
9 hours.
Right. Something that people, normal people
Normal
can do.
people can do.
It's not
And,
ideal, but
yeah.
it's
doable. It's not like asking you to go days without eating. And the fact that she had to storytell this, this is the reason that I ate so fast, when she just admitted that she eats quickly anyhow. So what is she, 1.5 times speeding the eating process over her normal rate of eating? Because if that it's true, that would probably be fucking terrifying. How did Jade witness that and not say, dude, you need to chill?
Yeah.
Because that would be frightening. She eats quickly anyhow. Even when she's doing the mukbangs, she eats fairly quickly.
Man, but imagine being I have a problem with chewing my food. I'm working on it. Goddamn.
How
You
are
should have
you
been working on it.
Firstly,
What
how
were
are
you doing for the past 30 years? I haven't mastered that first step in
Like,
life.
how are you working on it when you've been working at this for what? It's been almost 10 years now on
No,
YouTube.
how long I should be eating as a human being?
Yeah.
One of the first things you learn.
And like she says that it's because of her teeth or whatever. How are you working on
what's
that
wrong
at
with
all?
her
You're
teeth?
not seeing the dentist.
What's wrong with her?
Apparently, her teeth are sensitive and that's why she doesn't chew properly. And
Okay.
she's worn the enamel off on her teeth, so there's not really much she can do about it, which that's a lie. She could have her teeth capped and she wouldn't have that sensitivity anymore because it's essentially putting new coating on your teeth.
Yeah.
But it's just so crazy to me. She doesn't even fucking chew her food. She's just sitting here fucking gulping. And I wonder, like, I had made comments about her eating before. Her and Chantal are one and the same with their eating process. And I know it's because their teeth are probably fucked up and hurt and they don't ever go to a dentist.
Right.
And unless it's like they have an abscess or they have some kind of infection going on, that's the only time they'll see a dentist. And she also claimed like she doesn't eat in front of people, doesn't like eating in front of people. That is a lie. That's just a straight out lie because she's eaten at restaurants prior to this. She's eaten on live stream in front of hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. It's just a flat out lie. And I think,
Well, she probably doesn't like eating in front of people that she is around because she knows she eats like a fucking. Apparently, she doesn't breathe through her food.
but I think also like since she's been dating Jade, she's probably a little bit more subdued around Jade's people. And I mean like Jade's friends and family and stuff that come and visit. And
Right.
she doesn't want to seem like a glutton in front of them because she
because
eats
the
quickly.
600 pounds she's packing on.
Well, also
That's not gonna give
because
it away.
she claims that she eats fat quickly anyhow and eats large amounts. And seeing somebody eat like super fast and big portions of food, that can be an experience, I'm sure. And the fact that she's probably being stingy and didn't want to feed additional people because, weight loss surgery is expensive, y'all. Now, Amber went on to say that she's never choked like this before as well. But a reaction channel named gorlworld caught her in a bit of a lie and provided evidence that she had claimed a story from when she was like 4 years old, choking on a lifesaver. I'm going to pull that up real quick because that's a fucking doozy. The first part of this is where Amber is claiming that like she's never choked like this before. And then the second part is going to be the old clip that was found that proves otherwise.
In my lifetime, I can safely say that I have swallowed down the wrong pipe. I have, choked while eating in the sense of like, those types of things. That's not choking. That's not choking. What I went through that day was choking, and Feline saved my life. I couldn't breathe. There was not a single piece of air.
When I was 4, I choked on a lifesaver. Isn't that ironic? Because I heard that the lifesaver actually has a hole in the middle to prevent choking, and so you can still breathe when you choke on it, if you choke on it. But I did choke and I wasn't breathing, I couldn't talk, and my mom didn't know what to do, so she hurried up, called 911, and they showed up and thankfully saved my life.
A single piece of air.
Yeah. She
One minuscule piece.
This is Amberlynn here. She has
Did
been
you make
dubbed
that up or somebody else?
No, she's been dubbed
I was gonna say, that
Amberlynn
was
for
good.
a
That was
long
good.
time. But her storytelling sucks for the most part. And I want to believe this has actually happened, but because of the Destiny tea that dropped and everybody now is seeing her for the abuser she is because she's created this history now of treating these people this way, it seems like it may be something far-fetched to get people's minds off of it and make people feel like she's a victim. Lynn again. She loves playing that victim. In the end, Amber ended up choking due to a hereditary learned behavior of eating quickly and not chewing her food properly, to where she attempted to swallow an unchewed potato from a seafood boil. which I could have sworn was a triggering food for her, that she had claimed that she wasn't going to eat those kind of foods anymore because it's triggering for her to eat it and want to eat more bad food. But this takes triggering to a whole new level now that it's triggering in a PTSD type of way for almost killing her. She hasn't eaten at 1.5 times the speed of her normal eating pace due to hunger, and her dental problems overshot her ability to inhale her meal in a timely fashion. I think the main point of this event happening is the fact that she had claimed this was scarring enough to change her takeout intervals from 3 times a day to 2 times a month.
Which doesn't make any sense, by the way. You can choke on any food at any time, so taking like, I guess, like, good on you for not eating takeout anymore, but like, if you think that because you cook it at home, you're not gonna choke on it, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like,
but hey, we should applaud her efforts due to the traumatic events, because choking on a potato, shitting your pants, and having your girlfriend of almost 2 years beat the fuck out of your back to dismantle the lodged potato and then proceed to vomit all over the floor. If that can't change your ways, nothing will. Oh, wait. She's still eating takeout, though. But she probably is going to stay away from the seafood boils for a spell, I'm sure.
I lost control of my bowels and I pooped my pants. I was like actually dying. Like, people die of choking every single day, and it was honestly terrifying. If she wasn't there, I would have died.
People die choking every. She acts like, I don't know, like, I get it. Choking is serious, and it is something like I honestly do have like a little bit of a phobia when it comes to choking. Not of myself, but of other people, because I don't really know how to act in that situation.
Yeah.
And, look, she's not wrong. People do die of choking. But, she's acting like, she's acting like, this is like the most unbelievable thing that's ever happened. It's like, I'm pretty sure everybody has gone through a choking, like, fit in their life. It's something that everybody goes through. I'm not saying like it doesn't, because people do die of it. So I'm not saying people, it's not something to just scoff at and be like, oh, you wuss. It's like, no, I mean, yeah, you could legitimately die of choking. I get that. She is acting like she's the only person that's ever choked in the entire world, and that we should like get on our knees and thank God that she survived this unbelievable, like, 1 in a million chance thing that only happened to her. Where it's like, no, I mean, you literally know that you don't even chew your food, and then you expect sympathy for like doing the bare minimum when it comes to eating.
Yeah.
Like, the bare minimum is to chew. She can't even do that, and she's like, oh, I'm working on it. And it's like, okay, but then you expect people to be like, oh my God, you almost died. It's like, how about, oh my God, you don't know how to fucking eat normal food? How are you 500 pounds and you haven't learned how to eat yet? I'm sorry, but you gotta admit, it seems like if she was to be good at one thing, it would be eating. And apparently, she's not even good at that.
She goes on to claim that this has made her cherish life more. But at the end of the day, she's still going to eat takeout food, because even skinny people eat takeout food even after traumatic life and death events. It's just they only do it twice a month.
Also, she's addicted.
Yeah.
So it's like drug addict overdosing. Usually that is a thing that turns them around.
Now, another...
It's rock bottom, not like... Some people that is rock bottom, but most people who OD... like, they survive and they go and just go back on drugs. So,
yeah.
Don't expect this to really change her. If it does, amazing. Maybe the dumbest, like, reason to stop eating fast food is because you choked on it, because, like, it has nothing to do with how the food was paid for and prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like if I got
also,
in a car accident and I'm like, well, I'm never going to fly in an airplane again.
If uterine cancer didn't stop her from eating this way and damaging her body, then I don't see choking on potato is
being
gonna stop her.
Pounds didn't stop her. It being so overweight that she, has to use a cart to drive around or is bedbound. If all these things didn't stop her, then how is like one singular choking fit that, that will be forgotten within like 2 weeks? Like, the things that she constantly lives with don't affect her enough to change her lifestyle. How is one incident that is going to be forgotten in a span of maybe a month? Yeah, I'm sure it was, hard to deal with. I'm sure it was losing my what word I wanted to use, but not triggering, but scarring. I'm sure it was scarring. You know, she's got really nothing going on with her life, so of course, this is the most exciting thing that's happened to her, I'm sure, in a long time, and I get that. But on the other hand, you know, this will be forgotten. She will just move on from it, and it will be just like something that she'll pull out of her, repertoire, whether it's the cancer or the choking or the food addiction, or whatever it is, whatever she needs to get on. She'll just put this in the bag and use it, but she won't. I mean, this won't change anything. This is just another week of content.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Now, my thing is, another speculation of mine. Those of us who have been in the Amberverse or been subjected to the Amberverse for a while know that she kind of uses manipulation, especially in the past with girlfriends, to get them to remain at home with her and not leave her side, even to see family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Amber's segue into not letting Jade leave to see her family and friends? Because Jade saved her from this choking moment that was very traumatic for both of them. And without Jade, she'd have died. So now Jade can't leave her alone ever, because what if? And Jade isn't there.
I have no idea. I don't have anything to speak to it, but I mean, it's not surprising.
Yeah.
What she would end up using this for, so,
Pretty effed up. Anyhow, on to Foodie Beauty, a little bit lighter news. No death-defying things as of yet. But this is kind of a quick run through. She posted a mukbang claiming to have lost a little over 4 pounds. Now, when I first started writing for tonight's episode, she had not yet uploaded, I guess, the newest mukbang that she did, as well as a live stream that she did a few hours ago. But for this particular mukbang, she claimed to have lost a little over 4 pounds. She was shown eating a salad about the size of 2 servings, like a serving for 2 people, with a ton of sweet dressing on it. Like, it was so drenched that you could see it in the bottom of the dish she was eating out of. She had 2 portions of French fries, shawarma, which was like, I think she said it was chicken shawarma, half a pack of pita bread, a yogurt sauce, and a cup of diet soda. Now, claiming that even despite her mukbang, she's losing weight and back to the manic state of trying the gym again. She always goes into these Amberisms of knowing like what to do to get herself at a healthy state and losing weight. She knows what her nutrition needs to be, and that she needs to move more, needs to lift weights and do cardio. And she sometimes makes it one day, maybe a couple days through it, sometimes a week at an attempt, and then they kind of crash and overindulge in everything they were limiting themselves. Not to mention 4 pounds of weight loss coming out of left field after eating the amount of calorie-dense mukbangs she does multiple times a week, on top of what we saw of the food haul that they did and the amount of soda, cream cheese, creams, heavy creams, and the carbs that she's consuming. I'd be more worried for her as a diabetic that something more was going on there medically. Because this type of diet, eating out almost, if not all of her meals, that constant line of full sugar soda and drinks, even adding in this new diet soda to the mix in an effort to try to be more calorie conscious, she's still asking for trouble with the rest of her diet. It's already in a terrible state. But she looks like she could have some possible liver issues with how she's carrying her weight too. People did a couple of screen grabs from when she was doing the couples channel stuff where it would show her full body. And comparing it to her live streams from when she would show full body when she was still in Canada, she looks to have put on at least 100 pounds. Like, it looks so awful. And the way she's carrying the weight, it seems to be all in her midsection. And she looks like she's pregnant. And
Crazy.
weight being up in that area, we know from when I had that infection and my stomach was swollen and looked like I was 9 months pregnant. It's not natural to carry your weight up there unless you're actually pregnant.
Yeah.
It's usually liver issues. With me, it was an infection, but she really should get checked out, especially because she's a diabetic and, you know, that's where your liver sits. And if you're diabetic and you're not following a diabetic diet, you're not checking your sugar, you're not taking insulin or anything to combat anything, it's going to affect your liver. It's going to affect your kidneys. Those are things that you need to survive. Your liver more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
But she has no care of actually getting checked out and getting any kind of health help. And, you know, no hate to anybody doing mukbangs either. We're going to go in a totally different direction. But man, her camera point of view when she's doing at least these last few mukbangs that she's done, it's from a like sky perspective. And
Maybe she thinks it's a slimming angle.
I mean, she could. That's very flawed thinking, but it leaves, and even her food presentation, her food setup and presentation, it leaves a little to be desired. The above shot, if she just, now I'm just putting it out there. If she ever listens to this, she might not. I don't care, but I'm just putting it out there.
Gonna go on no, but she's a little full of herself, so it's
Yeah,
possible.
it's possible. But if she would just do a little like B-roll shot at the beginning of the presentation of what she's eating, and then record at a normal level her eating process, and maybe stop briefly to show her beauty bites, as she calls them. I don't know. Just so much more could be
Beauty
done.
bites.
Yeah, that's her thing. When she was doing mukbangs before, they were actually set up a little bit nicer. She put more thought into them, more creativity at least. And I don't know, so much more could be done creatively without spending the extra money on fancy equipment and stuff to make it a better production. Especially if she's trying to make this something serious. And I don't know, because popular mukbang competition out there, even in the Muslim field of things, is better than what she's putting out. She is half-assing and expecting it to be much more than what she's getting out of it. But I think that's where we're going to end things tonight. Yeah, short and sweet. I wanted to just get in and get out, you know. Thanks for listening, and join us again next week for another episode. Liam may or may not be joining me. It depends on what's going on. But I think that's going to be it.
There was not a single piece of air